So let's first straighten out the image. Bring up the shadows a bit. Highlights down. Exposure up a bit. A little bit of dehaze. A little bit more brightness. A little bit of temperature. Warm it up a bit. And here we can see we're going to do a burn. We're going to do a gradient burn. So it's going to bring down this corner here. It's a little bright where the sun's setting. So here we can adjust the local adjustment brush using these same commands or the same keys as we would for normal exposure. So here I'm adjusting the local exposure using the same key as I would use for exposure. So this way you don't have to remember additional keys. That's good. This time we're going to do a little burn brush onto here, a little highlights are here, a little hot. And this time I'm going to bring the highlights down on that a little bit as well. You can see, and maybe bring down temperature up, exposure down, so you can see here where I brushed it in, it's too much. And somewhere's there. Now we're going to adjust the curves a little bit. I zoomed in there. There. Maybe straighten it out a little bit more. A little more brightness. Somewhere's there. And let's just brush in a little bit of here in the foreground just to darken it up just a little bit here. So here we can adjust the exposure on that. See, just like that. There, go to the next image. So first I'm going to crop out this tree and the window. Somewhere like that. Bring it up a bit. Exposure up. Bring the temperature down a little bit more tint. Let's bring some curves. Maybe a little bit much there. Highlights down a bit. There. Here we're going to do a burn. Radial. Just to bring them in a bit. And we're going to bring the exposure down a bit on that local adjustment. And I'll bring the tint up a bit just to bring out the, mute those greens a little bit. And a little bit of temperature just to warm up the picture a bit. Somewhere's there. So now let's do a little bit of skin softening. Just going to paint this in rough. And then we're going to use range mask, color. Oops, I didn't pick it there. Let's see how this looks. Zoom it in. Bring that back. And let's remove from this area. Just doing this quickly here. So from there we can adjust the sliders for local texture if you want to make the skin softer. Oh, somewhere's there. Zoom out. And since we're in here, let's just do a little detail enhance on these earrings. And do a little bit of teeth whitening brush. It looks a little bit too much, so we can bring the exposure down on that so you can see where I painted it in. Just do a little bit there. So something like that. We'll see before and after. And let's do a little bit more burn brush just up here a little bit. And let's bring that exposure down a bit. There, like there. Something like that. And there we have it. Thank you.